That's all it is.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on one second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only one or two pictures, and it was just cause 10. Yeah, it was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat. I gotta go. Love you. Bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Ain't but one way to do it, ladies and gentlemen, on a Monday night, August 12th, 2024, 9:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On all streaming platforms, you're watching Taking No Shorts podcast. I am your host, Jay Grizzy Green, aka Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone, aka Jay Grizzo, aka how Tim Casey say he called me. So that's giving Tim Casey a shout out. The great Grizzolini. And last but not least, the Black Dick Cabot. Yeah, dig. Just not suited and booted tonight, y'all. It's just a friendly game of banter coming from me to you. No other uh, points of view. It's just my live stream. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. Also, every Friday around 8:45 CPT time, you can catch the live stream. Other than this live stream, but I mean this live stream, and then on Fridays the live stream on three channels. That's Facebook. That's facebook.com/ taking all at taking no shorts pod. YouTube, you have to put the at symbol, and then Twitch TV. That's Twitch TV / taking no shorts pod. You might be saying, if you're scrolling on your algorithm, what's going on? Who is this guy? Why is he in my timeline, my algorithm, and what's going on? Well, if you don't know, I used to be a stand-up comic. I'm fair to say, a open mic stand-up comic, nonetheless, in the DMV. And life happens to a lot of life happens to everybody, but some folks be like, I ain't got to tell you. Really, some folks, I'm gonna do what the big heads do. It ain't none of y'all business. Ain't none of y'all business. But I'm here tonight to talk about what I usually do outside of my Fridays live podcast of Taking No Shorts pod. Yo, look, Elon that got shut down. I'm so happy. They this orange potato peach head dude is trying to steal the spotlight by using that platform formerly known as Twitter to get some headlines. I mean, if real ones know, I think real ones know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know about you guys, but I'm a political junkie, and I mean I went to school. I went to school for let's see. I wanted to be computer science because I wanted to make video games because I was on the Nintendo Duck Hunt. I was on that. Then I'm gonna come off this very quick. Then I was like, no, that's too much math. Then I just followed my gut and I was a history major. Then I turned into a poli sci major, and then I had no discipline, and I left school. So here I am, 30 years later, and I got my take. So that's being what's the vernacular these days? That's being transparent. Okay. No, seriously. Yeah, this guy's got an attack. I'm going to the news. I'm going to share it now with you all to see. Stop sharing. No, I want to share the screen. Where's the screen? Add to the stage. Yeah, I don't want to add that one to the stage. I was watching. This is CNN, and yeah, so I don't want to get shut down. Hold on. Oh, oh, where is it? Anyway, uh, that guy is supposed to be on X, formerly known as Twitter, to do an interview audio. Do you know? Look, y'all are watching me right now from my home office, my COVID home office, you know, with my internet connection. But I can assure you, I am not in the same tax bracket as Elon is. And so he should have hella more security than I have here in my personal home office. But yet and still he can't even get video. They didn't even do a video. They didn't even do a video. Okay, let's be clear. They said it was an audio only on Twitter. Audio only interview by this guy on Twitter. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I'm gonna give you, if you bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you who that guy is. Let's do this, because I've been bear with me. I'm about 66 episodes while I set this up. I'm about 66 episodes into my vodcast podcast, Taking No Shorts Pod, on all streaming platforms and live streaming that. But before that, I've done podcasting before the name podcasting came into effect since 2011 off of my open micer stand up bit. I decided, hey, I gotta make a living and be a family man. And then I got into the podcast game before they called it podcast. So bear with me as I get this together because this is going to be interesting. Let's find out who this guy is. Who this guy is that the orange guy is supposed to have an interview with. That I don't know if it's going on or not. Right? Because if you've been living under a rock, this is first of all. Let's just say this that page is not something anybody can go on and cite. Put a citation on the page. But the first thing that stood out to me, being who I look like to you all, right? Who I look like to you all, and if you told me uh, that the former president of the United States, who attempted a coup to stay in office, is having an interview on one of the biggest platforms on social media, I was like, okay, all right, who interviewing them? Because we live in polarizing times. Like media is slanted in some kind of way. Even what you're watching right now, it's slanted in some kind of way. So I'm gonna think I already know who that guy is, but I want to know who the guy interviewing them. Audio only. Don't let them see how pale. I'm joking. I'm not. I'm not going there. but don't let them see who he is, all right, physically with your eyes. So I pulled it up and I'm reading Elon Reeve Musk. First thing, let me just a sidebar. My wife was like, why he name his kids like that? Why? Why you name your kids like that? You know? Maybe you know something I don't know. That's what I said. That's the first thing I thought about, honestly, when I was like, he named his kids like some Mad Max, futuristic, crazy, variable, and it's okay. You have every right to do so, sir. It's all right. But at the same time, same way you look at why we name our Bonquishas and all of that, I don't know why Bonquisha got, but why we name our kids Yvert, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Okay? That's the same thing. I'm like, you name your child Atari 2600. I'm paraphrasing. Anyway, first thing that came to my mind was he was born in Pretoria, Transvaal, South Transvaal or Transvaal, depending on how you pronounce it. If you're bored, Dutch, English, it doesn't matter. South Africa in 1971. And the first thing being, I set this up as I went from computer science to history to political science as majors. And I know in 1971, South Africa was an apartheid state. I'll just, apartheid, if you want me to look that up, I could. But as a Gen X, I'm just letting you know. All right. But even still, I'm like, maybe he don't fall in that category. Maybe he don't. Maybe he just, you cannot. I should be the first. You cannot fault who you're born, what family you're born into. You know, if you're born into your clan, you're born into your clan, and I love my clan. Let's be clear. All right. So that I'm even saying, okay, that I'm not gonna hold that against you, right? Because you can't help who you're born into or who you are, who you are at the time you're born. So then fast forward, because we're not that far in age, Mr. Musk, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, okay, where did the I pretty much I know where the divergence went. You became to be a billionaire, I became to be Jay Crazy. All right. But now you got the ability to influence and now you platforming crazy stuff. It's the mildest term I can make. So now, on top of where you're born, how you came up or whatever, and I really haven't even gotten to your background. I'm not gonna, matter of fact, let me stop that right here. Let me go back to that screen. Yeah, I don't need to see that no more. I mean, it's Wikipedia, so everybody can go to that. But if I'm reading it, like I mean, how Denny Green say when he was coaching the Arizona Cardinals, and before he did that, he was coaching the Minnesota Vikings. But he is who we thought he is. You you cannot, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot, and by all means, Kamala, please keep keep pushing the hope. Keep pushing the hope. Keep pushing that hope mantra. Okay. But when people show you who they is, I ain't got no hope for them. Hillary Clinton said that back in 2016, and then they doubled back on her, and it was like, oh, she shouldn't have said it. But in essence, you is who you is. If you are deplorable, if I'm going into politics now, so if you don't like it, y'all can just keep scrolling. All right. This is what this live was all about. Oh, other than I'm a Liverpool fan, but folks are going to, this is for English football fans. Um, you're probably saying this guy is a supporter. This is, I don't know which kit this is, Man City, but I'm a Liverpool fan. So I know over there that would not fly, a Liverpool supporter wearing a Man City kit shirt. But in the United States, it's what matches. Okay, that's the difference. And 250 years, 250 years. That's the difference. We care about what matches. You all care passion with neighborhood. And that's some games. I know. But yeah, so I find out. I just cut on the television on my device, and I see that it crashes. The site crashes. So here they go into uh, propaganda, because in the first propaganda after real shit happened. Let's be clear, real shit happened in Detroit at that airport hangar. Shout out to Detroit, Michigan, and Detroit. Here's to you, sir, the home of Eminem, and yeah, and all the other MCs. Ooh, that was strong. But she had a whole airport hangar full of Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, guys. The T went down on the wrong pipe. But yeah. So she and her running mate Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, had I think over the weekend a rally in Detroit, Michigan, hangar full with people. I'm gonna say the low end. It looked like it might have been 10 to 12,000. On the high end, it looked like it might have been 15,000. That's what the estimates say. Who am I to call it? I don't sit there and do the size thing unless she pulls out the measurements. No straight. Who has a straight ruler? That's another story. If your girl got a straight ruler, um, so here we go. That was Friday or over the weekend, and here we are on Monday, August the 12th, and this fool can't even get. And it's rightfully so. Shout out to whoever made sure that that interview, even if it was audio, didn't go down. But he says that it's fake. He says it was artificially intelligence. It was AI. It was manipulated, right? So I watched this thing where these political pundits talk to everyday people on YouTube. It's very interesting. I won't give them the rub unless they give me the rub, but um, and they asked one of those guys supporters, how we why would he put out such a thing to the world? Something so crazy, something so ridiculous, something so fantastical, out of this world, and put that in out there, right? That's just like saying you're on a shitter, and or you about to text or tweet something that's gonna really hurt you, but you know what? You said fuck it, and you hit send. So how did, in essence, they was like, how could support? They was trying to ask the supporter, how could that guy say fuck it, knowing what's at stake, right? Knowing that It's a lot going on, and Kamala Harris, Mrs. Vice President, has a lot of support and a lot of momentum. So how can he do that? Well, the first thing he said, he don't give a fuck about none of that, right? He's a all in, all out type of individual, and I think this is why Kamala and Tim Walz and the Democratic Party has gotten a moment. They know people, people like that. She said it herself. I know him. They all or nothing. It will burn. They will stick a knife in their own mama's back to make sure that they get done and get where they got to go. She a prosecutor. She done seen all the dirty shit that you can see. Trust me. Other short of doing some time with the motherfucker with a convict, she'd have seen it all. The evidence that came on one of her lawyers or her desk. And she's like, what? No, he got to get him off of here. Like the legend, I think it's Sonny King. It's not Sonny King, Sonny Carson. We gotta get him off of here. Gotta take him out. But see, this what the Democrats and Kamala Harris and Tim Walz is gonna do. They're gonna take him out because they know who he is. He's a bully. And anybody that knows a bully knows all you got to do. And you ain't gotta do nothing else. After that, you could just sit back like this. Oh, I kicked my camera, I'm sorry. And he is doing, and that guy's doing exactly that. It's proof positive every time. A bully, if you know or been in type of bully situation, all you got to do is punch back or say no, we're not going back. Now they don't know you don't have to do nothing else other than get on the bus or do your work or focus on you, do whatever. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to give him no more shine. There's gonna be a lot of nut cases like this Twitter guy does. He'll give him some room to hang himself, but let him hang himself. He not gonna figure it out. He not. And you don't give him, just you ain't gotta do nothing. And anybody that know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about tonight was it's fantasy football season. Okay, I'm not going to go into deep about this. I'm a co-commissioner in a fantasy football league with me and 11 other friends, acquaintances, and blood relatives. Let me put it to you that way. And when I tell you that if you haven't commissioned a fantasy league, you do not know. It's easy for you. All you gotta do is just show up. Okay. Yeah. All you gotta do is just show up. But if you commissioner, and let alone a co-commissioner, so I got to run stuff by my other commissioner. My wife the other day said, "This time of year, I know I'm gonna hear you down in your office screaming, yelling, visceral, like using words I would never use because it's fantasy football season, let alone regular football season. You know. And so to all the fantasy football owners and commissioners, to the owners, be cognizant that your commissioner is trying to do his best. Or at least one, in my case, at least one of them. One of them is just in my situation, my co-commissioner like F them. He's like, yo, I'm trying to get to the bag. And I'm like, dude, you got to be fair. You can play and be fair. Okay. Also, before I was getting ready to go live tonight, so my oldest son called me. He was like, "Yo, you gonna get what you got coming to you, okay? Relax. There's no need to get your panties in a bunch. That's a little bit of an inside thing. What's going on in the world? Ukraine has gone into y'all probably saying, damn, Jay Chrissy talking about Ukraine. Then moved about 50 miles into Russia. Um, it's crazy. Oh, well, that area is crazy. When it comes to world politics, when when both parties say we look like we might be fitting to be in a world war or is fitting to be on a popping. I got family members that have done tours already now preparing for that. So I Carter B say shit's real. Coronavirus. Shit's real. And if you don't know if shit's real, mm-hmm, thank you, little baby girl. Um, but yeah, and Russia has nuclear weapons. Somebody come up on your property because you first of all they start. Let's be clear, they started the shit. So you can't, But I know you know how that's gonna play out. But that's going down. The Middle East is blowing up. So I think I saw somebody that said that Russia had uh, submarines in Cuba, which is less than 100 miles from Miami, from the United States. So I said in the last stream, like we live in here in some historical times. Historical time. I'm here for it because I know who runs all that, all everything. Oh, that's what I wanted to get into before I wrap up. Let me speak to these still because the last episode 66, if you want to, we kind of piggyback on that, and another ad will drop, another promo will drop tomorrow. But let me speak to everybody that's poop pouring on Kamala Harris again. I can't help it. You motherfuckers, and I haven't cursed, but it's my stream. But you motherfuckers almost making me sick. Okay, you are. You are a hater. You need to stop it. Give me the policy. What's the policy? She if she's running for president of the majority of the country or the whole country, and they say that that's what it is. If you want to change that, or if you think that by protesting her, when I say that, I'm talking about the Middle East, by protesting Kamala Harris for her and Biden's Middle East policy, guess what you're gonna initiate into? A whole fucking dictatorship. You dumbass. That's what you're gonna do. Let shit. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just a Gen Xer now. So what do I know? But let shit settle itself out. Don't be so quick to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You got to. I'm trying to think of a. You took that man back knowing what he did. You took that woman back knowing what she did. Come on now, let's be real human beings about the world and politics. I think I might make this midweek thing a politics thing because I don't do too much politics on my Friday live stream, and I have fun talking this. If you like, disagree, or agree with anything that's on this live stream, get the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. The live streams are on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, It's at Taking No Shorts Pod, TakinNoShortspod. It's a little long, but you know, however do you want it. I'm glad the Olympics wrapped up because I didn't even watch it. Although I saw the memes with the chick from Australia with the breakdancing. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Um, if you want a shout out on the podcast, hit me up underneath the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I think dinner's about ready. I'm hungry. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace and love.